my dear. Don't tell her no, just tell her yes, my dear. And you'll be cosy as two bugs in a rug, two birds on a tree. Just take it from me, son, the secret of true harmony.
Right, attempt number 1. That's 33 minutes past midnight. Let's see if the twat answers. Hope he knocks it off. We shall see. Oh. What do you think to Blood Beast Terror?
It's well.
Oh, tennis. Oh. Oh. Excuse me, well, I'll just go for a shed.
You're saying.
Oh. Oh, back. Snow mate, that is a relief. Oh. Oh. Well, that's what I'm going to do.
Who are you?
Oh, I Monster.
Yeah.
It's all six. Too much. Actually, no. Looks alright, actually. So, yeah, Blood Beast Terror. So, you thought it was alright then?
Yeah.
Yeah. What do you think
A lot of
to...
nice horse and carriage shots.
Say that again, Jeff.
Lots of nice horse and carriage shots in the forest.
Yeah, similar horse and carriage shots in The Creeping Flesh, when you can get hold of it.
Which is very expensive.
Yeah, just like Who Done It. I mean, I could not believe how much how much they were charging. I just need to adjust the angle. There's too much reflection. That's better. I just had to make an adjustment. But the the reflection from lamp were too much. Yeah, the other day, right, when I went well, I said that now, I digress. Last night I did it kind of backwards. I started with Dracula AD 72, then with the Satanic Rites of Dracula. Now tonight I've started with Dracula Prince of Darkness, which is the second one, although it was the third one filmed because the second was Brides of Dracula. And now looks like they're in Black Park near Pound Studios. It's Dracula Has Risen from the Grave.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I Monster. I think is probably it's a fantastic film. Christopher Lee plays it straight. It's probably the most. It's a strange title though, isn't it? I Monster.
Yeah.
Right. I'll diverge briefly onto the one Carry On film which I had been putting off all this time. Even when I had the complete box set last time, and this one I've had now for a bit, I never could bring myself to take it out of the box. And that is Carry On, Emmanuel. The first time I watched it with the audio commentary, which is the late Jack Douglas and Larry Dan, who also, as you know, appears in England, Behind, and Teacher as a kettle drummer. Nice pair of tits on her, whoever she is. So I watched that, and it was quite interesting, really. The house used as the exterior of the French ambassador's residence is in a posh part of Wembley. I would never have guessed it at Wembley. And I watched it and I really struggled to come to a proper verdict about the film. Really struggled because I'm like, Oh, is that four chicken breasts?
4.
Well, I put about 5, 6 chicken breasts in his curry. There's a great big Salvation Army pan full of it in kitchen. Enough to last me there 2 week, maybe 3 week. But yeah, cracking. A lot of spuds in it. It's nice and spicy. Where was it now? Oh yeah, so I watched it a second time on my own. This time without the audio commentary. And again, I'm watching it and I got some of the laughs. But I'm going, I don't, I really don't know how to judge this film. I mean, it's got an absolute slaughtering by the critics. If you're going to Wikipedia and going to, oh no, if you're just going to Google or Yahoo and type in Cara Manuel, then you click on reviews, you'll see a lot of them like Rotten Tomatoes gives it something like 12%. Empire Magazine gives it 1 out of 5. There's no real lovers of the film as such. So I'm like, and so third time I watched it was yesterday with Lizzie, and I says to her, right, let's watch it and give you your opinion. And about a third of the way in, she said to me, if it wasn't for the title, I would have known it was a Carry On film. It feels different. And I went, at the end, you know something, you know what you said about it feels different? I felt exactly the same. She said, oh. She said it feels, even though when Emmanuel come out, the fourth Confessions film had come out in '78. She said it feels like it's trying to be a confessions film, even though you don't really see. Well, you only see one pair of tits, and that's like a split second, and that's the scene where Kenneth Williams' character was a French ambassador due to a parachute accident where he landed on a church spire. He's lost interest in sex. And he goes to this Indian doctor and he says, well, I think it's so psychological. He says, well, prove it. To a nurse, and she flashes her tits for like a split second. Apart from that, all you see is Susan Danielle's bare ass laid down on a sunbed. Kenneth Williams' bare ass at least 3 occasions or 2 occasions. One where his underpants elastic fails and you see his bare ass, and another one where he's laid on a bed, stomach down, and she jumps on top of him. There's it's a strange film, and then right at the beginning and during the film, there's a theme tune called Love Crazy. I can only describe it as like a 1970s disco funk song. That's what it feels like. It feels like you're in. It feels like you're in a 1970s disco funk club. The intro is coming up like love crazy. She doesn't her mind. She's love crazy, and that funky bass and all that. And the titles, the letters, bright pink. Suzanne Danielle was in the Carpathian Eagle in the Hamasa Horror. Uh, Peter Butterworth, Karen Emanuel, Larry Dan, bright, glow in the dark pink letters. And it starts off. My verdict is this. I give it 6 out of 10, but that's being uber generous. Really, it should be about 5 out of 10. But because it's a last Carry On film and Peter Bull's last film, I'd stretch it to a 6, but that's being probably too generous. It's weaker than Carry On Jack. So it starts off with like in the first the proper Emmanuel film with Sylvia Crystal. This bloke's being seduced on the plane by the Emmanuel character. Except in the Carry On version, it's in the toilet, and you just see a hint of flesh, and that's it. So this young, who's like a mummy's boy, he's like, he falls in love with this character played by Susan Danielle, and begins like kind of stalking her and saying, "Look, I love you, I love you, I love you." But all she wants is, well, she wants her husband's cock, but Kenneth Williams' character has just lost interest. So basically, she shags anything from the police commissioner, to the Russian ambassador, to the chief judge, to 5 members of the football team at Wembley, including the referee, the butler, but for me, so that's kind of the backdrop with this Larry Dan character, who's a mother's boy who lives down the road where the same street that you stood where we thought Sid James's house was, Pinewood Close, and his mother's played by Beryl Reid. And so he's a mummy's boy. He starts taking incriminating pictures of her. And in the end, Susan Danielle becomes pregnant by Kenneth Williams, we think. And then, it just looks just like his father. And in the room, there's everyone: the football team, football players, the police chief, the judge. What saves it for me, and hopefully when you do get to watch it, you'll give me your opinion. What saves it for me is Kenneth Connor as the chauffeur. He really hams it up, and he plays it pretty good. And John Sims, and Jack Douglas. They really do a fantastic job. Peter Butterworth's character, like a Doddy, is like an old version of Perry Benson's character in Your Angry Lord. He doesn't have that much to do, really. Larry Dan, not bad as the mummy's boy, who turns stalker for cum photographer. But yeah, I would say 6 out of 10 for Carry On Emmanuel, and that's being uber generous. You need to get yourself, Jeff, I'm not joking you, get yourself an £8 selfie stick stroke tripod stand I mean, the one I've got is only £8, and you don't have to use it as a selfie stick. And you can simply put it in the holder so it claps it shut, and you don't have to worry about holding it. I have changed my mind about Carry On England. Did you know that there are two different versions of Carry On England in the box set?
Nope.
There is. If you go to like the is where there's a documentary on one of the discs called "What's the Carry On." It's also on YouTube, but it's called "What's the Carry On," and that's an excellent 45-minute documentary about the Carry On films, done mid-90s, I think. Also on that disc is Carry On England, the censored edition. So basically, it's a version that come out on cinema with the tits bits cut short. On the same one as Carry On Behind, you've got Carry On Behind and Carry On England, the uncensored version. So it's a bit like RoboCop. It's basically like circa like 10 seconds of footage snipped off. Because when I thought I'm gonna watch Carry On England, I hadn't seen it for a long time, and when I saw it, I thought, oh god, it's a censored version, one where they come out and there's a hint of tit, and that's it. But then when I saw it, I put it in, it said bonus disc, so I checked the box again, and I say there's 2 films per disc. The last one being Carry On Emmanuel, and that's Carry On, the compilation that came out in '77. And obviously the second to last disc is Carry On England and Carry On Behind and Carry On England. But I'm just loving this revisiting the Carry On films again. I love Carry On Spying. The bit where he goes, "What's your name?" Bind. James? No. Charlie. Oh. What's your number? Oh. 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 Well, what do you mean? Well, they come along and went, uh-oh. Oh. They got Bab as I think it's Daphne Honeybutt. Number 36, 42, 28. No, your ID number, silly. Oh, sorry. But how do you think of my proposal for the Carry On thing is we start at the end.
No, I can't anyway. But it's too early.
You can get up and say it there.
switch everything off. Ah. Right.
Time for Batman. Who wants some stripper? Barnes, could you see him on long distance? They want some pet. We need a stripper. Now we need some paint stripper. Oh, I've got to get to the bottom of this. I feel a complete arse. Oh, fucking, I love Carry On Behind. We having quick bang together. She ran into my caravan. Mm. Oh, it's Timmy Mallet. Oh, the Jack Daniels is back up to full price again, the litre bottle.
No, fuck.
Yeah, we're calling it as the Friday. Pardon me. And I wasn't going to get anything like, but yeah, it looked like it's back up to £32.50, so
Fuck's sakes.
wait, do you know I've sucked my litre bottle already?
I ain't even got half of the 70cl yet.
Well, when I do get some more, I'll be doing my usual checking where the offers are. There's no way I'm paying full price for Jack. If it is full price, then I will be resorting to Plan B, which is Jim Beam. Usually about oh Jesus! Usually about 14 quid for a 70cl bottle. It's on offer. I've got a taste for Jack now. You realise that, don't you? You know what they say. Once you've had Jack, there's no going back.
Yeah, and there you get a lot of the stuff eventually. Can't get enough of it.
No, I like Jim Beam and Jack Daniels. But Jack Daniels has the edge. But the problem is, once you get used to it, it's. I tell you, at least what I can do is I can change my background because I've got everything at a distance here. So. Where's that one with? No, I want that spaceship. Oh, that's bollocks. What's that one? I'm frozen. Oh, that'll do. Fuck it. Yeah, what I found is, no, I like the haunted house one. Oh, that'll do. What I found is that, fuck me, I'm almost. You can't fucking see me there. That's shite. I want that spaceship one. Where-
Fucking after. See this follow?
Bring this bit nearer. Yeah, so I feel the problem is, with the likes of Jack Daniels,